So there was an article posted yesterday on Yahoo Sports titled, "The Kraken are wasting Shane Wright's trial run." Now what that means is if Shane Wright plays a full 9 games, then the Seattle Kraken can decide if they want to send him back to junior or if he stays with the big club the whole year. Ron Francis has mentioned that he thinks that Shane Wright is going to stay with the big club for the entire season. But if that's the case, look, I'm all for sheltering a kid. I'm all for insulating a young kid, letting him adjust to NHL life, how to be a pro, how to play in the pro levels in order to play well. But what the Kraken are doing with Shane Wright is just plain ridiculous. Let me redirect you to his 5 games with the Seattle Kraken so far and his ice time. Can you guess the highest ice time Shane Wright's had since playing the NHL? It's not 10, it's not 11, it's not 12 minutes, which even for a second liner is pretty low. 8 minutes and 42 seconds is the highest, and it was against Colorado, the Stanley Cup champion. Talk about throwing him to the wolves. And that was his before last game. Yesterday, against the Chicago Blackhawks, Shane Wright played 5 minutes and 51 seconds. He had 11 shifts. In fact, he's had 11 shifts every game except for October 17th against the Carolina Hurricanes, where he only had 9. He's averaging between 5 and 7 minutes of ice time per game, which is honestly just a complete waste. And if you're wondering, well, okay, maybe he's at least playing with some good players. Look, no disrespect to Ryan Donato and Brandon Tanev, but if you're getting Shane Wright here that you want to be your maybe 1A cornerstone or at worst 1B behind Matty Beniers, I mean, you got to give him some chances to play with guys like Burakovsky, like Bjorkstrand. Donato's not a bad player, neither is Brandon Tanev, but clearly 5 games and 1 assist for Shane Wright, things are not working here. There needs to be some kind of revamp here so that Shane can get his legs going a little bit. He can feel the puck a bit more, get a bit more confidence. He needs some power play time as well, which he's not getting. So to me, this just feels like a complete waste. Like, why even have him here if you're just going to deploy him as a ghost on the Seattle Kraken roster? Like, seriously, and I know a ton of Habs fans are going to come out and say, well, he hasn't earned it. He hasn't earned it. He was overrated. And look, you might be right, but it's similar with Slavkovsky in Montreal. Like, you got to give these kids a chance to succeed. Again, like I said, I'm all for sheltering them. I'm all for giving them more time to get acclimated to NHL life. But you also, if they're a high pick, like Shane Wright's 4th overall, the second highest pick in Kraken history, like, you got to give these kids a chance to succeed and a chance to up their confidence and prove to themselves, like, hey, I can produce in the NHL. Because all you're doing when you put him on the 4th line and you give him 5 minutes of ice per night and you blindfold him on the bench so he can't even look at the ice when he's there, all you're doing in that scenario is killing his confidence. You're burying it 10 feet deep into the ground. Like, seriously, he's going to go home and he's going to think like, wow, this is really tough. Playing in the NHL is harder than I thought. Shane Wright is probably used to growing up in minor hockey. I mean, he had exceptional status and he was from a young age touted as a high prospect. He was probably scoring like 80 goals a year every year. It was probably easy for him. Like, he was used to getting 5, 6, 7, 8 points a night every night probably. How tough do you think it is for this kid to go home every night and literally have a blank score sheet to his name pretty much every night, save for 1 ghost assist that he got against St. Louis on October 19th. Like, to me, I just don't get it. And again, like I said, I'm all for helping kids adjust, but you have to put them in a position to succeed. You can't put him on the 4th line and give him 5 minutes of ice and then wonder why he's not putting up points. And he's not even on the power play here. Like, he's maybe gotten, if at all, a look or 2 on the power play. That's it. So, I mean, to me, this is just ridiculous, an absolute waste, and it's not fair to the kid. Like, if this is what you're going to do, send him back to Kingston where he can light up the OHL. Like, seriously, if this is the move, do not keep him here. I've seen this happen way too many times. Jesperi Kotkaniemi, the same type of thing happened with him in Montreal, albeit they gave him probably more opportunity to succeed, but Claude Julien, I remember, he was not too keen about letting KK play up the lineup and play big situations. So KK got buried for third line, killed his confidence, and that's how you get a troubled situation happening from that. So I don't want to see Shane Wright be a bust. I want to see him turn it on here, but man, he's got to do something, and he needs some help here. Like, come on. Give him at least one game where he can hit double digits in ice time, for goodness sake, man. Seriously, 8 minutes and 42 as his career high in ice time in the NHL right now. I mean, come on, right? So, to me, of course, I want to know what you guys think about this. I've said my opinion on this. I've said my piece. I want to hear what you guys think about this as usual. Like, comment, subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.